So welcome back, Guardians. I am setting up my warlock right now. I don't have strand. Okay. Okay. Don't care, don't care. That's going to probably be important. That's good. I guess I could do that. I think I want this, but for all the other ones as well. So let's do that. Let's take a screenshot so I can remember what I'm doing. In the meantime, let's work with fire. I like fire. So I don't have any of this stuff yet. Now, I think I need to go through this opening scene before I can go to the tower. But then again, I might actually be able to. I might actually be able to put some bounties on this character. So let's try that out. So switch up. I'm using the app. Let's see what happens here. Let's see if it'll let me. Kinetic. This action is forbidden at your character's current location. Oh, I've got to be in orbit. Okay, so leave game. No, can't. Yeah. So I can't do any bounties until I can go to the tower. Can I go to the tower? No, can't go to the tower. You have to go through this fucking stupid.
I need to get you back to the city. To do that, we'll need a ship. But first, I need to find you a weapon.
I really don't know what the purpose is to not have.
It's a risk, but I'll get us more light.
To not have.
Military system, check. Frayed wires and rust, check. When I flip this expect
account-wide achievements. It's like some of the stuff is account-wide, some of the stuff is only character-based.
Definitely not
Like, it's just ridiculous, honestly. It really is, truly. We ready? Finally? Okay. Pick that up. Don't need to worry about any of this stuff. I'm just going to run through it all real quick.
Curiosity is as dangerous as any weapon. So trust your instincts, and we'll find a way home.
Just slap you in the face. No.
Stay focused. If your tracker blinks, there's trouble nearby.
So I do think that the whole early progression of this game is just tedious.
Speaking of pirates.
Oh my lord.
There's a loot cache. Let's take what's inside.
There we go. Shotgun.
More fallen. Hit him with everything you've got.
Fucking A. Warlocks are just like total sweep and clear. You know, when the Warlock, when I first got to this game, I thought that the Titan was the tank, and that the Warlock was the healer or supporter, and the Hunter was the damager. But it really, actually, the Hunter is the supporter. The Titan is still the tank, but the Warlock is straight up the damager, dude. It really is. It is a total. I mean, yes, you've got the healing rift, and you've got the energized rift, and all that stuff. But when you think about what the Warlock can do, as a scope, it is massive amounts of damage. I mean, the Warlock has more abilities to reload and buff its damage output than either of the two classes, as far as I can interpret the rules and the tooltips. And just in playing the Warlock versus the Titan and the Hunter, the Warlock just feels like it puts out more damage. which is, I mean, look at that awesome fucking ranged melee. Just wow. Even if I was playing Strand, I mean, even if I was playing Stasis, I don't play Strand. So there's a healing rift. So yeah, I mean, that works towards anybody else who's standing in the rift. But really, when you think about it, this is all about buffing the fucking the warlock's output. More uptime means more damage. I mean, the hunter now has a healing grenade, but I mean, let's be realistic, it's not that fucking great.
Doing great. Focus on the fallen.
And the hunter grenades, they really don't do damage. I mean, against mobs like this, yeah, definitely, totally. But, when you're talking about, elites or, so-called ritual or aspirational content, that's not gonna, the hunter grenades don't do shit. What they do is they distract lower level mobs and gather them together, and they will also help identify mobs. When you think about what the hunter's abilities truly are, they're more supportive than the warlocks or the titans. Yeah, I mean, because the titan's got the barricade, and it's got the sentinel shield, and it's got the bubble and all that, but truthfully, the Titan is all meant to use all those things to basically draw aggro so that it can endure the damage. But then again, I don't know, maybe the Warlock does tanking also. Because, I mean, you got the Healing Rift, which is the tankiest fucking thing you can do. Because you can't shoot out of a Titan bubble unless you've got one of those exotics, I think. Which is kind of silly. Oh, we don't need to have this. This is a skip. Once I can get myself to orbit, and pick up the bounties, but then again, I can just go straight to the tower too. So yeah, the goal is essentially to go ahead and grind out the gunsmith's reputation, since I do have to pick up extra weapons. That's the thing. All right, can we go to orbit? Oh, we can go to orbit. Yay! All right, now we can grab the bounties. Sweet. And does Zavala have something that can work with anything? And that's playlist only. Playlist only. Playlist only. I can do that. Alright, here we go. Back in. And come on. Son of a bitch. Alright, there's the shotgun, there's the pulse rifle, there's the linear fusion rifle. Everything's doing alright. Oh, that's for Hunter class only? Well, that's bullshit. So I can't get a mask. Oh, that's what I should have done. I should have picked up the mask from the tower. Oh well, we're here now. Let's just at least get the shotgun done. Warlock seems to move faster too. Yeah, I guess the Warlock basically does it all. Tank, healer, and, supporter. I mean, tank, damager, and supporter. Why do we play anything else? I mean, seriously. There's like no diversity whatsoever in this. Okay. Alright, so I don't want YouTube to get all pissy and shit, but I want to share real quick with you that I'm going to be going AFK here from time to time, um, because Midwinter Minis has released their second video on the Hero Quest paint up tutorials, and believe it or not, I am super excited for this. So that's kind of going to be the thing I'm going to be doing today. I don't know. Maybe I'll do some videos of that, and you guys can. I mean, of me painting my Hero Quest minis, and fucked up. And I'll go ahead and share that later on. Yeah, eventually I'll get myself a webcam, so there'll be like a frame-in-frame kind of situation going on here. And you guys can see what's happening on the desktop while I sit around in games getting myself bored. The jump on the warlock is something I don't enjoy. Fucking at all. It's just not my fun. I've been thinking about possibly using Blink, but the big problem about playing three characters, three different archetypes or character types, isn't really so much about trying to spread the time evenly amongst them. It's rewriting your brain, your muscle memory, to switch in and out of each of the different modes. Because I find that sometimes, because I played the Hunter for so much in Destiny 2, that I am not double tapping as fast, because I want to reach my apex on the first jump before I go ahead and do the second and the third jump on the triple jump Hunter. So that oftentimes will fuck up what I'm doing here. But yeah, I would be watching the Midwinter Minis video in the background, but YouTube would probably be like, no, we're restricting this video because you have copyrightable content in the background. But yeah, if you're a miniatures fan or just tabletop gaming fan, you should definitely go check out Midwinter's Minis if you have not yet. Guy, Penny, and they have a couple others that are helping them out in the studio now, which is pretty cool, because they do all kinds of miniature painting and stuff. And he did have a couple of earlier tutorial videos on terrain making, which I thought were pretty damn fun. I love the orc one. As a GW fan, or as a model maker in general, I'm generating tons of extra plastic. God, man, like I didn't already fucking know. Fucking look at my records. This is what I'm talking about. This is a new character, not a new account. I'm not a brand new fucking player. That should be fucking obvious. But for some reason, the game just fucking wants to be a dummy. And, fucking A, dude. Do I look like a fucking brand new player to you? Fuck me. Actually, that really rages my ass. I mean, I'm not a person about seniority. I don't give a fuck how long you've actually been in a group or committed to, a clan or whatever the fuck it is, or how often you've played or how much you play. If you're good, you're good, and if you're not, you're not. And, we're going to assign the tasks appropriately and pay people commensurably. But when it comes to, this whole tutorial shit, in a video game, it's kind of insulting. It is. It really is. I mean, at least Elder Scrolls gets it. If I start in fact, you know what? Maybe I will today, because my son's going on about how the Witches Festival is on. It's only going to be here for another 10 days. I personally give you fuck all for the fucking candy shit here in Destiny's. Festival of the Lost has just not been my thing for a very long time. Last year was okay. This year just seems like more grinding. And I'm just not in the mood anymore. Yeah, notice how I didn't want to advance until I got more fucking... Oh my god, people. Yeah, we're done with this, finally. Yay! But yeah, Elder Scrolls would be like, hey, we noticed that you've already played through, the tutorial, and you understand how to, move a character and assign armor and all that other fun stuff. Would you like to play the opening chapters? It's a new chapter, it's a new expansion, or you want to just get into the action? And we're like, fuck yeah, get into the action. And there's always an option to go back and play the chapters. See, that's the thing, is like, you want options. If I want to come back and play the opening chapter for this after I played it once, you don't. I don't think you get to. It's like once it's done, it's done. It's it. Whatever. So look at that crowd control. Look at that crowd control. That's all about the warlock. I don't know. I mean, I don't. I keep saying I don't know because I'm trying to formulate a proper sentence before I open my mouth. Just take a moment. I don't think the game Destiny would suffer if it just went down to one class, Lightbearer. I don't think Halo suffered. You played Master Chief. You didn't even play your own character. You couldn't name your character anything else. You had Master Chief, and that was it. It's like it's like some games they want to call themselves an RPG because you can name your character, you can color the armor, you can you can customize its skill class, its skill base. It's not, but no, really, no, that does not an RPG. Naming a character does not an RPG make. What an RPG makes is actually making your actual own character. If my character stats are tied to its armor, then I'm not a character. I'm a fucking vehicle for armor and weapons. If I don't have a natural, strength, agility, dexterity kind of stuff, if I'm not creating those numbers, and they are independent of, the armor or weapons I wear, but they can be buffed by the armor and the weapons I wear, then, that is what I call an RPG, a role-playing game. Because you're creating a role. And there has to be some kind of fucking story for your character, too. Like a life path. Or something like that, like maybe you get extra XP in certain missions because you chose to be, a rogue Lightbearer, or maybe you get you get more glimmer in missions because you chose to be a rogue Lightbearer, or you align yourself with the Drifter. Or you might get more XP in missions because you aligned yourself with the Zavala and the Vanguard. Or you might get more equipment drops because you aligned yourself with Shaxx and the Crucible. You see what I'm saying? And that's so funny, too, because, like, they had, at one point, because I'm going back to the Bartel taxonomy of players. You have killers who just want to go in and shoot the fuck out of everything, and, that's what they do. That's how they play the game. They're mostly the PvP players. Then you have the explorers, who, are all about, finding the content and having, fun discovering things. Then you have the completionists who are all about collecting, or the collectors. And then you have the role players, or the socializers. They're the ones who are like, they're into the communities. They spend more time on microphone talking about cool things in the game and in their day-to-day than they do actually, coordinating strategies against a raid boss. And, each one has a viable, is a really great way to engage in the game. How do I define myself? I kind of run around in all four, except for I no longer consider myself to be a completionist. I'm not much of a collector. What I want is gear that actually helps my character grow. What I want is stuff that, makes my character effective in the activities that I engage in. I like exploration. I like wandering around and checking things out. But, I mean, this is a static world here, and there's not much more to explore than there already is. I mean, yeah, I could probably go ahead and buy the season content or the DLCs and, have those extra little areas there. But they don't really offer anything more. It's just another arena, just textured differently. There's not really anything interesting to discover. There's not any story into it or anything like that. You're not digging up any secrets. You're not revealing any truths or anything like that. So to me, that's what exploration really is all about. It's not about, oh, look, I found this plant next to this dumpster. Oh, look, in the dumpster. Oh, somebody left their sparrow. Oh, look, what is that? That looks like a chair. Oh, that's so cool. That's not exploration. You know, what's around the riverbend is not exploration. That's just satisfying your curiosity. You know, finding something like an interactable over here, like as burnt out as this. I guess that's a server block, or maybe it's a battery port or something. I don't know. Like these, you got books up here. Well, they're not books. They look like books. They could be books, digital books, perhaps. Pads, stuff like that. You can take a look at that stuff and learn something. Read a diary. Like in Elder Scrolls, there really is exploration. You can find books in the wild, or scrolls and stuff like that, or inscriptions, and you can read them. And there's a little story in there. And sometimes those stories lead to quests. If you follow the clues, and you'll go into like you'll actually get a quest. After about the second or third clue that you chase along. Um, that's great. That's good exploration. Um, I don't know. I guess that's pretty much basically all I got to really talk about. Anyway, I'm going to shut up now and say thank you for